Have you ever imagined what your life would look like if you were to earn an extra $6,000 per month from a side hustle totally independent from your main income? Just imagine all the initiatives, the investment projects, and much more that you could embark on just by simply raising that sort of income from a side hustle. Now, I completely understand that many people typically doubt this because they believe it's not possible or they feel that it is unachievable by them. However, I want you to know that it's very possible to achieve this and very easy to make money if you have the right information. In this video, I'm going to simply be talking about 3 key side hustles that you could do that can help you earn over $6,000 per month and can even help you pay your bills. So if you're truly serious about generating an extra income on the side, then ensure to watch till the end of this video. Hey everyone, my name is Ebuka and this is the Finance Wiz channel. For those that are new to this channel, Finance Wiz basically focuses on topics around investments, income generation, savings, debt management, and overall financial freedom for you. As such, if you find these topics to be very important to you or key to your overall decision making, then ensure to stick to this channel by simply liking my videos, sharing with your friends so they can also enjoy the value you are getting as well, and then subscribing to the channel so you don't miss any of the gems I'll be dropping in subsequent videos. Finally, just click on this notification bell so that you'll be notified or informed whenever I drop a new video so you don't miss that as well. Now, are you someone that loves pets and you love to spend time around them? You're very comfortable pet sitting, walking pets, or even just spending time overall on a regular basis? What if I told you can convert that passion and love for animals into something that can generate income for you on a steady basis? Now, did you know you can make as much as $300 and above by just simply pet sitting, walking animals such as dogs, or even just spending time taking care of them? Now, for those that are doubting the practicality of this side hustle, I'm going to be breaking down how this is done in a very simple way. So let me tell you why I love this side hustle and why I think this is going to be a very lucrative one for you. First and foremost, it doesn't require a startup cost, so it's more like a zero startup cost for you. All you need to do is just register an account or start the process. Second of all is that it provides a flexible income source for you. Thirdly, it has a high income potential. You are able to set your rate and how much you can earn from this business. Fourthly, I believe it's an evergreen opportunity that will continue to remain as long as individuals or people own pets. Now, to further substantiate this point, as you can see, according to a survey by GfK, more than 56 people of over 27,000 people surveyed in 22 countries have at least one pet. Now, Canadians, which surpass the average, have at least 61% of the population owning pets. Now, if you go further to US, more than 2/3 of all Americans own a pet. Now, what does this imply? Owners of these pets will typically go to work, they'll probably go on vacations, will be busy with some task or the other, and they will not have time to take care of their pets. That's where you come in. You can take care of the pets on behalf of these people and make extra income for yourself. Now, let me walk you through 5 quick steps on how to run this side hustle if you want to do it today. So the first thing you need to understand is that you have 2 options on how to run this side hustle. The first is working through application-based businesses, and the second is working as an independent business service provider. Now, once you decide what your preference is, then you can go ahead to register. So number 2, if you decide to go for an application-based business, then there are a number of options which you should try today. So there are 2 main platforms which I've checked out and I feel that are reliable to a large extent. So I'm going to be discussing just 2 main platforms that provide these services. So those 2 platforms include Rover and Poshake. Now, this is what the Rover platform looks like. As you can see, it's rover.com, and you can scroll down through to look out for who you want to select as a service provider. So this is what the Poshake platform looks like. As you can see, there are people you can select from here and how much they charge per day, depending on where they are and the location, okay? So to assess the reliability of these platforms, I went on Trustpilot, and as you can see from my screen, rover.com has a 4.6 rating on Trustpilot. Also, Poshake has a 4.7 ratings with a total of 3,172 ratings so far on Trustpilot. Now, if you choose to register on these platforms, you need to remember that they charge service fee or say registration fee, and they take a portion of your earnings, say about 10 to 20% depending on the platform. However, the good thing about it is that you can charge as much as $30 to $50 per day or per hour depending on the service provided to the client. Lastly, you get to keep 100% of the tips from this platform. So the third thing is, if you decide to run this as an independent service provider, you can actually provide these services on platforms like Kijiji, Facebook Marketplace, social media platforms like Pinterest, Instagram, and TikTok, even much more. The fourth thing is that you need to ask the right questions. So before you engage or onboard any new animal or pet, you need to ask the right questions around the behavior of the animal, whether the animal is well trained, and so many things that prevent the animal from causing a burden to you as an individual. Remember, you are able to set all your rules such as drop-off time, the pick-up time, and every other thing around taking care of the animals. Now, as you ramp up in this side also, you can then invest in other things such as foods, food containers, beds, and other things that can help to provide quality or increase premium service to the client. Now, the only challenge I see with this side also is that if you don't love animals, it might be a struggle for you because you're going to likely spend a lot of hours around them, and you also need to understand the behaviors of these animals overall. Now, I'm going to rate this side also on a scale of 1 to 5. In terms of the ease of setting up, I'll rate it a 5/5 because it doesn't require any startup cost and it's so easy to set up as a whole. In terms of ease of implementation, I'd rate it as a 4/5 because there are some key questions you need to ask, more like a checklist of things you need to do before you start up this business. Lastly, on a returns potential, I rate it a 5/5 because it gives you great opportunity to earn extra income at your spare time, and the upside opportunity is unlimited. So my second side also for you is one that can help you earn as much as $6,000 per month as extra income by simply working during your spare time. This side also is what I call the mobile car washing and detailing services. Now, you can actually provide these services to people in their homes, or you could actually partner with companies that have fleet of vehicles that you can provide the services to, or you can simply offer regular car washes as a benefit to the employees of that company. Now, why do I love this side also? Number one, there's an extremely high demand for car washes. Of course, there's so many vehicles today, and that means more demand. Secondly, there's a low barrier to entry, which means you can start up so easily without much stress. Thirdly, it offers the opportunity or the flexibility to convert your free time into an income generating plan or opportunity. Next is that it requires very minimal startup costs. You just need to invest in supplies, equipment, and then you can start up as quickly as possible. The last reason why I love this side also is that it gives you an opportunity to include add-on services such as carpet cleaning, engine cleaning, even pet hair removal. Now, I actually know someone that does this business and he charges about $100 to $150 per car detailing. That's to say, if he simply details just 3 cars alone, he can make as much as $300 to about $450 in a single day. Amazing. Now, let me walk you through a few steps on how to run this business if you decide to go into it. The first thing I would recommend for you to do is to self-study. And now, what do I mean? You need to understand the techniques required to detail a car, how to wash a car, the kind of soap or liquid you need to use for the car. Now, you can simply do this by watching YouTube videos or watching online courses on platforms like Udemy, Coursera, and Skillshare. Now, for the purpose of those that have never heard of Udemy, now this is what Udemy platform looks like. As you can see, you can actually search for the courses you want by simply clicking on the search and typing anything you want to search for. Okay, so all you need to do is type in your car detailing and then you're going to find the solution or video for it. Just download it and watch, and then you can embark on your initiative. So quite similar to Udemy, we have Coursera, which you can see here, and we also have Skillshare. This is the platform for Skillshare. You can see that on join.skillshare.com. You can actually search for whatever skills that you're looking for and learn from it. So my second recommended step is for you to purchase the equipment you need to run this business. I'll be walking you through some of those things when I get to the requirements section for this business. So the third step for you to do is advertisement. This is where you have to create awareness of your product, your service, and your brand as a whole. You need to reach out to potential customers and tell them about what service you provide. Now, for a start, you can reach out to your friends, your family members, your co-workers, and many more. Now, once you have exhausted this circle of people I've talked about, you can go a step ahead on platforms like TaskRabbit, Kijiji, Facebook Marketplace, and even on Google to set up your business. Now, this is the TaskRabbit platform. You can actually create the service you want to provide. As you can see, you need to enter the information, become a tasker, create your account, and set up the details. In the same vein, on Kijiji, you can also create your ad, register or post your ad. You can see it right at the top here. Just post your ad, enter the information. As you can see, there are very similar service providers that are providing the same mobile auto dealing as well, like you. Now, the first step is what I call the presentation and packaging. Now, this is not very important for you to do at the beginning or start of your business. However, put that in mind as you continue to grow in your business. Now, this presentation and packaging I'm talking about simply focuses on setting up an incorporation or a sole proprietorship just to run this business. With the sole proprietorship, you can have a DBA. DBA means doing business as, which is the name that people will typically see as your business. Now, the fifth step is what I call the branding and marketing. Now, creating a brand is very important because it helps to differentiate your business from other businesses that are doing the same thing that you're doing. Now, this simply focuses on building marketing materials such as your logos, designing your business cards, your branded website, customized clothing like your shirt or hats with your brand name. And then most importantly, creating a menu of the list of items or services that you're going to be providing to the customer, specifically written out for whoever is going to read it. Now, the last step is what I call getting reviews. Reviews or star rating is what I call social proof that shows a potential customer that you have the expertise to do whatever service you're claiming to do. So I recommend you set up a Facebook or a Google platform with a link that you can share with potential customers to provide ratings to your business and the services you have provided to them. Now, what are the requirements to run this business? You'll spend typically about $400 to $700 on this business. You'll be buying things like the bucket, wash mitts, microfiber towels and brushes, vacuums, extractors, steamers, premium cleaning products like detergents, degreasers, tire shiners, wax, and so on. Also, you need to invest in card readers and payment devices so that you can give the customer an alternative from cash to make payments for the service you're providing. Also, you need an accounting tool to track your expenses like QuickBooks, which charges about roughly $10 per month as your subscription for that service. Now, the last and most important thing you need to have is what I call insurance. Now, you need to insure yourself against the possible damage of vehicles that you're going to be washing. That's super crucial. So I'm going to rate this side also on a scale of 1 to 5. In terms of ease of setting up, I'll rate it a 4/5 because you still have to spend a reasonable amount, which you may not have at that point, and you might have to go for a loan, for instance. So like I said, you spend about $400 to $700 or roughly $1,000 at the most to buy some of this equipment to start. In terms of ease of implementation, you require mobility at some point, and you might have to spend time reaching out and trying out promos to get new customers and so on. And the last factor is returns potential, which I'm going to rate a 5/5 because of the unlimited upside potential to generate income from this and its scalability over the long term. Did you know you could make big bucks by just simply cashing in on your knowledge about a particular subject matter that you are very much aware of? So this takes me to my third side also, that focuses on identifying an area you have great expertise in and determining how to generate income from that area. Now, let me give a better picture. So take a step back and look at that moment when you wanted to embark on an initiative you didn't have much knowledge about. You probably had to go self-study by watching videos on YouTube or other platforms or reading materials just to equip yourself with that knowledge. If you also probably needed tools to even run those initiatives, you possibly had to go download invitation cards, checklists, trackers, and templates for the purpose of running that event or activity. Now, if you had actually paid for those things before downloading them, just remember that those individuals that created those things had made some passive income just by you purchasing those items from them. Now, this is the world of passive income which you can plug in today if you choose to. So for the purpose of those that don't know what digital products are, these are simply products you create and sell in a digital format. They could be in form of spreadsheets, graphics, printables, video materials, audio recording, or even music software, and so much more. So buyers typically receive these products in form of soft copy downloads into their systems. Now, why do I love this business? First is that it requires very little startup cost and low overheads over time. You will not have to spend on things like manufacturing the products or storage of those items and much more costs. The second thing is what I call reach. Because digital product does not require having physical products, you typically save on shipping costs, which means that you can reach more people across the world very easily. The third is what I call seamless scaling. You can have so many digital products without having to worry about storage space if it was a physical product. Next is that you don't have to deal with issues around inventory stock out. There would always be inventory available. Last and the most interesting for me is the passive income opportunity. You can make money on this while you sleep. You don't have to be actively involved in it on a day-to-day basis. Now I'm going to walk you through 6 steps on how to run this business if you decide to go about it. The first step is what I call the research phase. In the research phase, you need to focus on first identifying who your customers are and what their needs are. Next is that you need to understand who are those that are offering these services that you want to offer. These are typically your competitors. You can go further ahead to analyze this product or service you want to offer on online platforms like Pinterest, Google, and other social media platforms. Next under this is still to identify the gaps you are addressing. So once you have seen what the competitors are providing and what the customer truly needs, if there's a gap, then address that gap by providing a product that will satisfy that customer's need. If you don't find any gap, you can choose to twist the existing product to have features that other products don't have at the moment. So this can typically help to differentiate your products from others in the market. The second phase is what I call the planning phase. So the planning phase is where you decide what product you want to produce to address that gap you've identified in the research phase. You need to address questions around how you're going to sell it, what you're going to sell, what is your price point. Would there be additional skills you need to acquire in order to set up this product? Once you're done with this phase, the third phase is for you to develop the course or digital products as the case may be. Now, there are several platforms where you can create digital products, such as Canva. So this is what the Canva platform looks like if you want to create your product. You can use other platforms like Microsoft Package, such as MS Excel, Microsoft Word, and so on, and also consider things like Envato Element if you are into the digital space. Still under this, you need to focus on building your email list, and you can do this by simply designing a freebie, sharing that with your customers in exchange for their email addresses. This will help you in the next phase I'm going to talk about. And that brings us to phase 4. Phase 4 is what I call pre-launching your product in form of samples or mock-ups. Now, once you create a sample of your product, you can share with your email list, like I mentioned earlier, and letting them know you want to launch a product, a digital product in advance, so they are aware. It builds anticipation. You can even give them the option of ordering in advance. Now, the fifth step is for you to identify the platforms where you want to sell the products. Now, there are many platforms where you can sell them. So we have cost hosting platforms such as Kajabi, as you can see from my screen, Udemy, as you can also see from my screen as well, Coursera, which you can see, which is coursera.org. Then we have thinkific.com, which you can see from my screen as well. Then you also have teachable.com, which you can see from my screen. We also have online e-commerce platforms such as Etsy, which you can see, Amazon as well, which you can see from here, and Shopify, which you can also see if you create your account to sell your services or products. So we also have social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Stan Store, which you can see from my screen as well. If you already have a website or a blog, you can as well sell on those platforms. And lastly, creative marketplaces such as Envato Market, Shutterstock, which you can use to sell your pictures if you're a photographer, and other platforms like iTunes, SoundCloud, and many more. The last step is for you to promote your brand and your product on different social media platforms, including Google AdSense. So if I was to rate this side also on a scale of 1 to 5 using 3 main parameters, this is what my rating is going to look like. So for the ease of setting up this business, I'll rate it a 4/5 because it might be a bit time-taking and challenging to start up. Ease of implementation, I'm going to rate it a 4/5. And then the returns potential, I'm going to rate it a 5/5 because of the upside, unlimited opportunities to gain income from this. Alright, those are my 3 key side hustles which I think you'll gain a lot of value if you are to start or consider starting today. If you found value in the information I've shared in this video, please share with your friends and let them know about this as well. And most importantly, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of the gems I'll be dropping off later. Thank you and stay tuned for the next episode. Bye.